2023, my business produced over $3.8 million. And in this video, I want to show you exactly how I structure my day to make that happen. Now, if I really wanted to, I can go and have a crazy day and make it super exciting and have it be super flashy, because that's what most people on YouTube and just social media in general are doing to show you that they are millionaires. That's not the reality of it. If that's what you're here for, then this is probably not the video for you. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're someone who's just interested in what an entrepreneur or multi-million-dollar business owner would do on a daily basis, then this video is for you. So let's get into it. Now, my days are really starting the night before, and I've learned this tactic from other millionaire, billionaire people that have huge empires, and it comes from a place of being prepared. You want to be prepared for the next day, because you don't want to wake up and let the day decide what you have to do. You want to be in control of that. So the way that I do that is just by simply planning out what the next day entails. I want to make sure that I'm getting the most important things done, because as a business owner, as a multi-million-dollar business owner, you can work on 100 different things in the business, but what is that one thing or those three things that are going to drive the business forward? That's how you make the most impact. If you're working on a bunch of random things that are not going to produce you an extra $1 million per year, well then it's probably a waste of time. So starting the night before, I'm going to write down the 1 to 3 things that are super important that I get done tomorrow. Now, in the morning when I wake up, I usually wake up around 6:30 to 7 o'clock, and I really don't have a crazy morning routine. Recently, I started walking in the morning, about 30 minutes of walking in, because I wanted to be able to wake up and just have time to just think, reflect, listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts, things like that. I do a 30-minute walk. After that, take a shower, do all the morning stuff, and I get to work around 8 o'clock, 8:30. Now, once I start working, I usually start with a couple of meetings in the morning, because these are the types of meetings that I'm getting updated on the day. Now, to give you some context, at this point in time, the business has around 23 employees, and that means that there's a lot going on during the day that I'm not doing personally. So in the morning, I like to have meetings that are updating me on the day. What's going on? Personally, I am more in the side of operations and product development, so I have no idea what's going on in sales and marketing and in other parts of the business. This is a good chance for me to understand, okay, what is this person working on? What are they driving forward? And making sure the team is all on the same page. After I've had a couple of those meetings and understand what's going on for the rest of the company, I can really dive in on those 1 to 3 things that I said that I was going to do that day. So I will set time blocks in my calendar to specifically work on this one thing for 2 hours. And that is how I get dialed in, I get focused, and make the biggest impact in the company. Now, it's important to know that I have structured my day like this very intentionally, but I could only have done this if I had other people in the business that can take care of the day-to-day things, right? Because at this point, I don't have to be the one personally coaching people, mentoring people, and making sure that my clients are super happy, because I have the people in place to do that. I also don't have to be the one managing those people, because I have someone else to do that. So once I was able to take myself out of the business in that way, I was able to have time blocks in my calendar, 2 to 3 hours, where I'm uninterrupted, just working on that 1 to 3 things that are gonna drive the business forward. Now, at this point of the video, you might be thinking,
that sounds really freaking boring.
Well, the reality is that sometimes in business,
it is very boring.
The startup phase can feel super exciting because there's all these new things going on, but when you have a business that is running smoothly, it is a very satisfying feeling, but also very boring, because the same things are happening over and over again. Now, going back to what I was saying about delegation and having people in place to do the day-to-day stuff, that has allowed me to be able to leave at a week or 2 weeks at a time if I really wanted to. Now, personally, if you're like me, you probably don't feel like leaving on vacation every single month, because you are so driven and just motivated to get the business running at a higher level and just making more and more money. And that is just how we're wired as entrepreneurs. But by having a business that is having people in place to do the work, that allows you to take off a week or 2 of vacation and everything is completely fine. So for example, I'm getting married in June. So we are going to have a honeymoon right after the wedding. That's going to be 2 weeks. And I can confidently say that the business will be totally fine without me there. So that is something that is definitely a perk of having a business that's making millions of dollars and has employees, because it can still run with you being completely gone. Now, typically I'm gonna stop working around 5 o'clock. And if you know me, then you know, one, I gotta be working out, and two, I like to golf. So that's typically what I'm doing after work. I got golf on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm working out at the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekends. And that's what I'm doing to really decompress after the day, because there is a lot going on in the workday. So I like to use that as a way to just, not really think about work for a little bit. Even though I love thinking about work and that's something I'm thinking about all the time, this gives me that space to just really hone my craft in golf, hit the gym, and just stay fit physically, mentally, and all that good stuff. After I work out, I come back, I eat some dinner. This is my time to really spend time with my fiance, because during the workday, I'm dialed in. I'm not really like having a bunch of distractions, and me and her are not really hanging out. So this is our time to really like get together and talk about our days, spend quality time together. Sometimes we'll watch a show or a movie, other times we just hang out. So this is another part of my decompression and just not really thinking about work. Now, it really just depends on the season I'm in, because there is some seasons where at 5 o'clock, I really am done working, but then there's others where around 7, 8 o'clock, I'll come back into my office because there's a lot of things that I need to do, and usually it's things that I'm pretty excited about. So I will keep working on those things until about 9, 10 p.m. It's one of those things where it doesn't really feel like work. It just feels like I'm doing something meaningful, and it's something that I enjoy doing. So it's really not that hard for me to get that done. Now, in terms of when I go to bed, I try to go to bed around 10 o'clock, 11, but honestly, one of my bad habits is going to bed around midnight. One drawback to going to bed at midnight is I still want to wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock and get ready for the day and start working a little bit earlier. And then I'm tired, and I'm not somebody that drinks coffee, so I really try to get 7.5, 8 hours of sleep, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So as you can see, it's not some crazy flashy lifestyle. I'm really just trying to get the most out of my time, because time is the most finite resource that we have, and once it's gone, then it's gone forever. So I'm just trying to make the most out of my day and organize it in a way that makes sense for me and allows me to feel good at the end of the day that I got a lot done, and I was able to practice my golf, still work out, still have time to spend with my family. And that is really all I want out of life. If you can have a day that is specifically structured to you and your needs and what you want, then you're winning. You're winning at the end of the day. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you guys want to see day in the life of Johnny, my business partner, also put that down in the comments, because he could break down his day, which is different, yet we run the same company. And subscribe, like the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.